And so here we are. It looks like the ban's probably going to get upheld. Now, the incoming president can go ahead and stop that if they so choose, or at least delay it, and who knows what kind of shenanigans can get worked out. But right now, as it stands, TikTok will be going dark, and a lot of people are scattering. I'm finding myself leaning more and more heavily toward YouTube. There's some challenges, and the cat mewing in the background, but this is one of the things I loved about TikTok. It didn't require all the prep work. It didn't require the extra equipment. It was something that you could go and fire off and have that feedback. But you know what? We've lived through social media platforms insanely popular, dying for one reason or another in the past. There is MySpace. There was Google Hangouts. Oh, I still hope against hope that someday someone will go ahead and bring back Hangouts. And TikTok was my new Hangouts, because while I wasn't into MySpace, I loved Google Hangouts, and I ended up falling in love with TikTok, where just a few years ago I was like, this is for kids, it's not for me. And earlier, sometime in 2024, I picked it up and really enjoyed using it. Got to meet a lot of great people, learn a lot of interesting things. And yeah, everyone's now scattering, which we saw happen with Hangouts. There's still people that I used to have daily conversations with all those years ago that I have no clue where they've landed. Some I still run into from time to time. Oh wow, this is where you're at now. So there's going to be a challenge, lots of challenges. But why YouTube? So for me, I look at it and the challenges are pretty obvious in that you're supposed to have this high quality video, you've got to have the right set dressing, you've got to go get a different camera, and people just expect more, and the thumbnails, and just a higher level of production, and then the algorithm is very different, and the pushing of your content is very different in many ways that can actually benefit us because it isn't just reliant upon those first hour or two, right? It is heavily, but something you can pick up and fire off down the road, which, to my understanding and my experience, you almost never see on TikTok. And in the comments and in the descriptions, you can definitely put a lot more stuff than you could have put in TikTok. You can put links and not get, you know, not get a no strike for it. You can say some things that TikTok's AI would have just flat out, thrown back at you. Was it the other day? I was quoting the old series skit for D&D. Congratulations, you died of the plague. That is my first ever standing community guideline strike on TikTok. Uh, I've said the same thing on YouTube, no issue. Both in comments and on video. Uh, and, everyone's concerned it's got to be long form content. Shorts isn't long enough. Well, Shorts updated. I think they're, what are they at now? 90 seconds? 3 minutes, up to 3 minutes now. And long form content doesn't mean 20, 30, 60 plus minutes. Long form content can be 5 or 10 minutes. It's longer form, right? So no, it doesn't need to be those 20-minute videos. I see people all the time who do 5 to 10 minute videos, and I watch them and like them and comment on them. So, you know, the challenges that a lot of us see, I think a lot of us put on there ourselves, where we say you can't have the connections and the communications in YouTube that you can in TikTok. I think you can, just we've never used it like that. So it's probably more reliant on us that it's got to be this high quality video with all this additional content and tools and technology. Again, that I believe is a self imposed limitation. It's come what's been expected, but as with many platforms, I think it's kind of driven by who uses it. So I don't know. It's like this one's going to be what would be considered low quality for YouTube, but I really don't plan on editing it any more than I would a TikTok video, maybe even less, just because I want to go ahead and post it. Um, I think it's the tool best served, uh, or at least best served for me. Meta, obviously, new. Twitter, no, we're not going that route. Now, Blue Sky, a lot of people really like that, but I never myself really got the hang of Twitter and Blue Sky working so much like it, and I've had some people tell me all the great interactions they're having, and they've told me how they're doing it, and I have had no luck. No luck. Lemonade, I hate the interface. Also owned by ByteDance, so if this happens to TikTok, we're going to see the same thing happen to ByteDance. Little Red Book or Red Note, no. Have you seen what that thing's going in the background? My mom used to have a saying about it. It's like cutting off your nose to spite your face. This is like cutting off your face to spite your face. No social media is safe. There's limitations even for me, my friends. So what does that leave me with, really, right? Maybe some of these upcoming apps. I'm on a couple of waiting lists to get in some betas. And Discord. So Discord's an interesting one. I don't consider it a social media, and I know a lot of people don't. Some people do. But Discord, for me, while it's cool and great to communicate with people, I have some technical limitations for it that just don't make sense. It's notifications and everything. And then there's some servers I'm on that are great, but man, keeping up with them is, oof, it is really hard. And it's not like I could go back and look at any one of my mutuals or people I follow and go, oh, what have they been posting on so I can catch up on that? And let me follow that track. Can't really do that so much in Discord. And it's even worse because I see the same thing happening that really demolished a lot of help over in Google Hangouts, wherein as that was shutting down, everyone said, hey, I'm going to this platform or I'm going to that platform. That's bad enough. But Discord's got, I'm probably a member of 3, 4 channels that all want to be the place to hang out. And the crossover between those channels is slim. Slim to none. Their channels, servers, whatever. So it's like, great. So we're already, self-segregating. It's not ideal for what I want to do or how I want to communicate. So I'll be there. And to those whose servers I'm on and I communicate with there on time to time, but it's not that I don't like you and love y'all. It's that I just have a problem keeping up on it. So yeah, that for right now leaves me with YouTube. So that's where I'll be being. Um, this is going to go on both platforms probably. I think I'm within the time limit. And I hope to stay in touch with a great many of you and continue to meet more of you. So until then, remember to be well, be safe, and be awesome, both to yourself and one another.